Hello, welcome to the Jazz Ranch. I'm going to be continuing now talking about the blues exercise that you had in part one. This is part two now of the blues exercise. And what we're going to do is first I want you to download the score from my website and follow along. And also you want to watch part one before you watch this. If you haven't watched part one, the link will be below this video. You want to watch that one first. So you have the introduction to this video. So now we're going to play the same exercise, but we're going to play it more interpretively. In other words, how you might feel it and how you might give it more of a real blues sound. And one of the sounds of blues is using grace notes. So we're going to use this, that kind of sound. Can be, it's like bending the note if you're a guitar player, but and rather than playing it literally like the way it's written, that's too square. We want to phrase it more syncopated. In other words, more notes off the beat. And there's more than one way to play that phrase. You can play it a variety of ways. So you want to get used to phrasing more in a personal way. Like this. Now there, while I'm holding that melody note for 4 bars, for 4 measures, I'm going to hold it for 4 beats. I want to put some syncopation in the left hand chording. See, so I'll put in that space, I'll put a chord. All right, now the next step, and you'll read this on the score, is to add a note to the harmony in the right hand. So often you keep a constant note on the top like this. Like that. That's another technique of the blues, is to that constant note on the top, a harmony note. Now you can put the harmony note on the bottom of the phrase like this. See? Now back on the top. On the bottom. Okay, so there's 2 different ways you can practice this now. First, by phrasing it more personally, adding the grace notes, and then also adding a harmony note to the right hand. And that will give you more of the sound of the blues. Now, you want to start to improvise your own lines, and you want to use target tones and passing tones. And you want to create phrase shapes. So like, an example might be on the first chord, I might do something like this. So this is a phrase shape in which I ascend, I descend, and then I ascend. Then maybe like that. So I'm playing phrases that sort of follow each other. And that's another technique there, is the turn. Here's another idea of a turn. You see, so now I'm not just playing scales. This is more like a scale. These are more like phrase shapes. Now, it's also important that I pick out good target tones. Like here, I'm picking out the C or the G. Here, I'm picking out the F. so that you hit good target notes on beat 1 in particular. Like this is beat 1. There's beat 1. Beat 1, you see I'm hitting a target tone rather than a passing tone. So what are the target tones? What are the passing tones? On the blues scale, on the C chord, the F sharp is a passing tone. The F is a passing tone. The E flat is more of a target tone, you see, and the G and the C are target tones. So on the F chord now, the more important ones would be the F, the E flat, and the C. And on the G chord, it'd be more like the G, the F, and the B flat. Okay, so there you have some ideas on how to play phrase shapes. Now, I'm going to, at the end of this video, I'm going to add a backing track. I'm going to play the score through twice, showing you how to interpret it, and then I'm going to improvise. So you get to hear that to get some ideas. But I also want to show you that I'm eventually going to be getting away from the blues scale. I'll continue to use the blues scale, but I'm getting away from it and using more of the thirds as target tones. So, like this. You see, I'm going to start to expand the blues now. I'm using passing tones, and I'm using more of the thirds of the chord. So I'm using an E natural. So now the E natural can be used as well as the E flat, but just in the blues scale. I can use the E natural. On the F, I can use the A natural. And on the G, I can use the B natural. So you want to begin to expand what you can do on the blues rather than just staying with the blues scale. You can always insert the blues scale whenever it feels good. But you want to mix it up by adding more notes now, more passing tones, and more use of the thirds. And also harmonizing in thirds and harmonizing in sixths. Those are the best harmonies for blues. At least a more expansive blues. So like this sort of thing. Notice I'm still using grace notes. Now I'm going to use 6. See how those 6 work. Okay, we're going to talk more about the blues in the next video, but I want you to hear what it's going to sound like with the backing track. And this backing track will be available on for you to use and try out playing along with the bass and drums. It'll be available for you on YouTube. So here we go now with playing the blues using a backing track. Signing off from the Jazz Ranch. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I want to give you a little shout out on my book. This is my book called Jazz Piano Methods and Songbook for Professional Playing. I've sold thousands of copies. I have a special sale going on right now. If you buy my book, you'll get my 140-page appendix of exercises for free. All you have to do is order my book through my website and then write to me, and my email address is below, and I will send that to you directly to your email. So please check out the videos I've made on both books so you can see everything that's inside them. Where can you go and see a complete inside of a book on a video? Only here at the Jazz Ranch. So thanks for tuning in today. Please give me a comment. I love to hear from you. I always answer all comments. You'll see that I do answer all comments if you give me enough time. And until next time, in the words of my great friend upstairs, Hermie Dressel, I'll say, swing loose. We'll see you next time around. Be cool. Bye-bye.